Hey everybody, this is Darwin Reina. I'm the Festival Director of Hospitality Llobregat International Film Festival, and today we have another great guest who is in our festival. He's a great filmmaker from Los Angeles, California, the US. His name is Darin Keith Martin, and he made this great film, The Soon Interview, which actually is really interesting. Where do you get the idea to, hey, hello, Darin, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing well. Hi, how you doing, Darwin? Thank you so much for having me, and thank you for including me in the festival. So I came up with this idea to create this film because right now in these trying times, we're all on Zoom and we're all doing FaceTime, and so I wanted to kind of dive into what we're all experiencing, something that was relevant for the times, and kind of talk about something that made people feel uncomfortable. And that's the anxiety building behind, first of all, just having interviews. And then on top of that, making it electronic. So, put the two together, and that's kind of where this project went off to.
So you got the idea because of the situation we've been through nowadays, or you had this idea from before?
No, well, see, I've always had the idea of trying to figure out something or a project to incorporate anxiety, because I'm big on promoting and talking about and advocating for mental health. But during this time frame, one of those things that really built up a lot of anxiety in people is having Zoom interviews. And it could be whether you're having it with a company, it could be whether you're having it with a friend or a loved one, but just interviews in general give people anxiety. Matter of fact, when people pull out their phone for social media, they have to get their selfie right, the lighting right, and everything right before they even do that.
Yeah.
So even taking a selfie these days gives people anxiety. So I wanted to come up with the topic, something that was so relevant, but also at the same time, I wanted to talk about it. Well, this film was originally a drama, but I wanted to talk about it in a comedic way, or add, some doses of humor to it. So that way people would be more open to talking about it and laughing together with me about it. So.
Right. So how long was it took for you to write the script? How long was it, more or less? Do you remember?
Yeah, so I wrote the script within, I think it was 2 weeks, and
Wow.
And I went over a couple of drafts, and so with the additional drafts, I actually took about an additional 2 weeks, because originally the film took place throughout my apartment, and then later on I just decided, I was like, well, why don't we just make this almost like a monologue between the character having conversations with himself, portraying these other characters.
Yeah.
But let's try to do it all in one place. So figured out how to have that dialogue take place just within the bathroom, in the bathroom mirror. And that's kind of where that idea came from.
So what about the production process? Was easy, painful, long?
Well, I would say that production during COVID was a little challenging. Because there's a lot that needs to go into thought to create a film during COVID. I will say, thankfully, because this project was so small, the crew was extremely small, the project was tight. I had an amazing team that I believed in and that believed in me. And so luckily, many of my team members were multi-talented, so they could take on several roles. So my amazing DP was also my gaffer, but he was also my editor, and he was also he did visual effects. And then and then I also had my obviously my amazing sound guy, my amazing BTS support. Everyone was pretty much, we were all PAs on the set. We all helped out each other.
So let's talk about a little bit about the post-production, which is very interesting, right? How long it was, the post-production, the editing, the mix, the music, and yeah, tell me first about that, and I'm gonna ask another question after that. How was the post-production?
So I would say production took maybe about a week and a half, because we had to do. I had to go through a lot of clips to find the best ones that I liked, but I had to save additional clips because we were also doing compositing in the film. We needed to make sure that the clips that I selected also mirrored or matched with the later compositing, and additional clips that we picked on the backside. So after going through and finding preferred clips and then backup clips, almost like B-roll clips, it turned into somewhat of a well-prepared process. So as it being my first film that I created, I kind of was a little nervous. At the same time, I wasn't too nervous because in my head, I knew what my main vision was, but I also had prepared for backup options in case certain things wouldn't work out as planned, or if certain things showed up in the shots or the clips and we couldn't use them. I wanted to make sure that I had backup options for everything. And so towards the end of the film, we also had a lot of those same shots, but from different angles. So we could also play with the different angles and those different shots as well to make sure everything layered together.
Wow, nice. And the editing process, do you edit, or was your DP?
So my DP was also my editor. But the thing about that was we even took a break in between. Well, actually, we didn't really take a break, to be honest with you, like from shooting. Right after shooting, I was reviewing all the edits while he had another shoot that he had to go to. So he was busy with that, but it helped me because it allowed me time to take a look at all the clips and all the edits. And one thing that I learned throughout this process, well, not just this process, but earlier this year, is how to be more, how to be more of a user or a power user or an expert when it comes to Adobe Premiere.
What about the music? How do you work with the music when you approach the composer?
So I was very, so when it comes to music for this project, or even my projects in general, I kind of already have an idea of what kind of music I'm looking for because I'm big on music. And so this particular project, I originally didn't want any music in it, to be honest with you, because I just wanted it to be consistent dialogue that just showed and focused on the topic that was being spoken about. And seriousness of the matter, but then the comedic elements that happened to it. So, but because there was parts where there was a long dialogue and there were parts where the dialogue kind of got broken up, between moods, like it was serious at one point and then it turned a little, funny. I felt like there should have been something there to kind of break that up a bit. So that's where I kind of added a little bit of the music to it, but I still wanted to keep the music somewhat very dramatic. But then once the attitude or the mentality of the character and the dialogue changed, I kind of wanted to like hit a hard curve on the music, like, and then drop the bomb. Yeah, and then towards the end, I was looking for something that was a little bit a little bit of comedy, a little bit humor, a little bit light, and so that's kind of like the idea of finding the tune for for the closing credit scene as well.
So everybody, this is Darin. He's filmed the Zoom interview is in our film festival, so everybody's welcome to come to Barcelona Hospitalet to watch it. I hope you're coming, buddy. You've been to Barcelona, but you need to come again.
My birthday is also in March too.
Oh, awesome, man. With your film would be great. Well, let's cross fingers, right? And see if the COVID let us be. Thank you very much, Darin, from the bottom of my heart, man. We appreciate your time. You are really talented. We learn a lot with you also. You take us a little bit in this and your creative process, so we really appreciate that. And like I say, I'm looking forward to meet you in Barcelona. All right?
Likewise.
All right, buddy. So you have a great day, and I'll see you around, huh?
Thank you. Love you guys so much. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I'll see you in March.